G'day, how you going? I've just come back from a walk. It's about just past 11:30 and on a Saturday, and I just wanted to let you know how I'm going. I've got my outside the box t-shirt on, more on that later. I am, for those of you who don't know, I'm studying a Master of Data Science, and I'm in at the end of week 8, so pretty much at the end of my second trimester. There are 4 in total, and I just wanted to say that only up until very recently, like yesterday, this week type of thing, have I really been able to see a future, because I said, look, I'll just study so I can go work on a beach somewhere in Indonesia. And I'm just in that state of mind at the moment where I'm like, I can see it. I fucking can see it. You know what I mean? Yes, it's really good. Like, my code is coming along quite nicely. Things are starting to click. Things are starting to work. I see people struggling, and I'm able to provide some help, which is great. I also see people drop out, and I think to myself, well, that's unfortunate for you, but it's better for me in the long run, because the content is so dry. It's so dry. Oh my gosh. The content is really, really dry, but I'm loving it. And if those two things align, where you've got these higher barriers to entry, and because the content's really dry, but then you love it, oh my gosh, it's so powerful. And learning how to code is, mind you, much easier than learning a new language. Some people might disagree, and you just see the power of it, and you're like, fuck. It's like having a superpower almost, Anyway, I'm watching this guy on YouTube who's come across my recommendations, Justin Khan, who's the CEO, also the founder of Twitch, who sold his company to Amazon for $1 billion. Billion with a B. So, dude, his videos are so inspiring. You should watch it. Not like Gary V. Gary V's just, kind of full of it. But I'm getting his videos too. And Tim Ferriss has come again in my circle. And the difference was, I've been following Tim Ferriss for quite some time. The difference is that I had a skill, which was English teaching, and going around the world teaching English and studying and whatnot, and not really knowing how to implement those skills, because there's quite a lot of English teachers. It's almost a commodity, and it's been able to get me to travel around the world, which is awesome, but not in terms of making money. And there was always like a trade-off. Well, you got to travel or you got to make money. And I think IT, the reason why I'm studying IT is that it is the job that I saw that the most people had. They were long-term travelers. They had a job in IT. So I was like, you know what? If that's the lifestyle I want, which it is, that's what I'm gonna get. But here's the point. Dream a little bit bigger. Dream a little bit better. Dream a little bit harder, right? I could. And this is the thing. This is the pull of startups and stuff. It's always pulled me, and I've always been too sheepish to kind of go head first in. Is that there's no, like, especially in Australia, like you're a volunteer almost, till you start getting some money. But in the startup space in the States, you can actually get paid. It would be less, but you can get paid. And that's not the point. The point is that I'm thinking about these things, right? Where before I wasn't. Before, like my first trimester, ended up getting really good grades. Thank you, coronavirus. It kept me focused, right? And I ended up getting a scholarship because of those good grades, right? And then I'm like, oh, maybe I can work for a Telstra, you know? And now I'm getting like, oh, the code's working, things are starting to click, right? And people are dropping out. The teaching is shitty. Like, because of the budget cuts, the teaching and the support is poor. But even still you prevail, and even still I feel good about it. And, you know, it is difficult. But when it starts to make sense for you, and maybe you don't get a good grade, whatever, but it starts to make sense. And then you can go, oh, I'm gonna get a job. And here's the other thing, here's the kicker as well, is that I barely talk to any IT people. And that like I was at a function the other week, and literally I mentioned that I was studying data science to someone else. Guy from IT was like, I hear you're studying IT, and I'm like, yeah, data science, yeah. And so there is something about merging two skills that are traditionally don't coalesce. That you know, like, you know, arts, teaching, creativity with IT, which is considered, you know, introverted. And if you mesh them together, you've got some sort of superpower, super employable kind of shtick almost, you know what I mean? So I'm feeling like, not top of the world, because clearly still my mum's courtyard. But I'm feeling so good. And I hope you are too. Like, if you're watching this, because I'm gonna post it on a forum. If you're watching this and you're a data science student or an IT student, just know that, you know, there's gonna be a time where, you know, for me it's halfway through the course, where it's like, things are starting to make sense. I can see a future. It starts to, you know, get better. And I've also been watching, for those of you who don't want to watch YouTube, Mythic Quest on Apple TV Plus, and that's the main character is, or one of the main characters is Australian. So like, you're rooting for her. It's about a games company and, you know, coding and stuff like that. So so that's inspiring me as well. Anyway, this video is getting a little too long. My point is I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling like, last night I was working, Friday night, working till 11:30. Loved it, right? I was back to being a teenager, yeah? On, like, you know, being a teenager, playing around with computers, on forums, you know, this type of stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how much I love just tinkering away and just like figuring out stuff. It feels good. Think outside the box. Your circumstance isn't what it, your future circumstance isn't what it is now. So go and make that bread. I don't know. We'll end it there. Thank you. See ya. Bye.